So this is the final answer. First, you find the gradient using the 2 point, then you put any point inside to find out what is the C. Okay, this is also one of the more difficult questions, but the working is quite standard. Every time they will still continue to ask similar questions, and then the working is always the same. Okay, then find distance BC. I erase, you're done already. Find distance BC. B is here. The coordinate is minus 4, 4. C is here. The coordinate is 4, minus 4. I want to find the length of this line. X and Y is always 90 degrees apart. Horizontal and vertical is always 90 degrees apart. So let me add these two lines here. If I want to find the distance here, I can use this distance and this distance. Then it is actually a right angle triangle. So if I want to find this distance, I can use Pythagoras theorem. As long as I know this side, I know this side. This side, Pythagoras theorem says that in a right angle triangle, the longer side, in this case BC, if I square it, it will be the same as the shorter two sides square and added together. Okay, this side square plus this side square must be equals to this side square. And what is the A and the B? Let's say this is, sorry, let me name this as A and this as B. A is the horizontal distance apart between C and B. How left and right they are. So how left and right is given by the X already. C is 4 units to the right, if we only look at the horizontal. B is negative 4, so it's also 4 units to the left. Okay, we don't care how high or how low, but C is 4 here. Then B is negative 4, so this side it moves negative 4, so this side is also 4. So actually this whole distance is 8 lah. Similarly, this whole distance is the difference between their y. This one move up high by 4 units. This one move down by 4 units. So again, the vertical distance of them apart is also 8. Pythagoras theorem. Okay? So if when we put it into a formula, the BC, I want to find BC, I don't want the square of it, I need to square root both sides. So this is how the formula came about. The A is the difference between the 2 points. Okay. This time it is B and C. Square plus the Y square. So this is how the formula come about. It is actually just Pythagoras theorem. This one is actually the horizontal distance. And how we get the distance? We take one of the x minus the other x. So again, 4 minus negative 4. Then this whole thing squared to get the horizontal distance squared. Then this one, the b is the vertical distance. The vertical distance is the difference between the y value. So also same. 4 or since I take this x, I take this y minus 4, take away positive 4, minus 4 minus 4. Anyway, I have to square. So it doesn't matter. I take which one minus which one. In the end will be 8 squared plus 8 squared square root. And just take calculator and press calculator. Square root 128 is 11.3. So all this just press calculator. After you can fill in, you know all this, you fill in the values already. This whole step, just press calculator. Okay. Okay. Even if cannot absorb everything, never mind. Learn as much as you can. Every time you improve 1 point, 2 point, also better. Also good. Area of triangle A, B, C. Triangle ABC. You want to find area. Area of triangle is always half times base times height. What is important is your base and your height is 90 degrees apart. Okay? And x and y is always 90 degrees apart. So if this is vertical, meaning from this point until here, this must be 90 degrees because horizontal and vertical. Correct? So triangle, you have a triangle, you know this one is 90 degrees. If I know this, I know this, I can use my half base times height already. This distance is the difference between the y. This distance is the difference between the y, because y is how high and how low. So 6 minus negative 4 will give me this distance. The difference in the y will give me this. And x is how left and right now. So this one, this distance is the difference between the x of b and the x of either a or c. A or c, their x all the same. Okay. So half times base times difference between the x of b and a. Take positive side. 4 minus negative 4. Or you can go and count also. from here until here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6 minus negative. This side. Here is 4 unit, here is 4 unit, so it is 8 unit. So it's half times 10 times 8. Okay, it is just half times base times height. Base height is always 90 degrees apart. Another difficult question. Factorize completely. And it is okay to not do or not being able to do the difficult question. I always think it is more important to do the easy questions. Get all the easy questions right. Then it will be enough for you to pass. Enough for you to get B3, even enough to get A1, A2 or A1, if you do all the easy questions correctly. Okay, so this question, there is a easy part, there is a difficult part. You get the easy part, good enough. So, factorize means to take up common factor. Then now you have a 50. In front, you have a 2s square behind. Okay? Again, back to the basic understanding. You must know, when you read this, you must know this is actually 50 minus, there is this number here, 2 times s times s. This is the understanding when you see this. It is actually 50 minus 2 times s times s. S is a number. You don't know what number, but never mind. You know that it is actually, the understanding must come to you. It is a number minus another number. And this number, it is actually 2 times s times s. Okay? So factorize means to write a number differently. For example, the number 6 can be written as 2 times 3. I am writing it, what multiply what, give me this number. So this is actually what is what we call factorizing. Instead of the number itself, we write it as something, multiply something. So similarly here, 50 minus 2s squared, we want to write it as something, multiply something. Okay? So the method to do it is, we have to find what is the common factor from the front and the back. Right now there is a number minus a number. But both these numbers can be divided by a common number. 50, I can write 50 as 2 times 25. Then the behind number is 2 times s squared. 2 is a common factor in both the front and the back. So I can take out the common factor 2, and then I put what is left behind inside the bracket. 2 times 25 will give me back this front part. So the front here is 25. Okay? Minus, I keep the minus. 2 times s squared will give me back 2s squared. So now I have managed to write it in factorized form already. The same number can be written as 2 multiply this bracket. See, this is what factorizing is. Something multiply something. That is the meaning of factorize. Okay. So if you are faster a bit, you can skip this step. You know this can be divided by 2, this can be divided by 2, so I take out 2. Okay, we are finding what is the common factor. Then comes the difficult part. This part, actually a lot of students can get the first mark. This question 2 mark. So you get the first mark actually good enough. But if you want to get the second mark, you have to know this special identity. 25 can be written as 5 squared. 5 squared minus s squared. When there is a difference of perfect square, this bracket itself can be further factorized into the front number plus the back number. Remove the square, the front number plus the back number, and the front number minus the back number. This one is special identity. Okay, so this second point is the more difficult to get one. You have to know the special identity. But minimally, you can get the first point is good enough. Okay. If we go a bit more, this bracket, why is it equals to these two brackets? Is because if we were to expand this out, front times front will give me 25. Front times back, positive, negative, negative. Then back times front, plus 5s. Back times back, plus minus s. The center will always cancel each other. Then I will always be left with 5 times 5. Then it will always be minus back times back. Give me back this thing. Okay, this is a special identity.